And now let's turn to today's Earth 8 report. The San Diego Bay showing promising signs of improvement, all thanks to what some might consider trash. This morning, we're sharing the progress being made in the South Bay. These are reef balls, 360 of them in the San Diego Bay on the seafloor of the Chula Vista Wildlife Reserve. The former power plant site now home to all kinds of wildlife. And when you look closer, you'll see tiny critters taking up residence inside each one.
We are seeing native and other oysters and barnacles.
This is a project Eileen Maher is proud to share with CBS 8. She's the director of environmental conservation for the Port of San Diego.
You can see all the algae inside, and it holds water at low tide.
We first showed you these reef balls in 2021. They were installed in December that year, made of oyster shells that came from the Carlsbad Aquafarm. They were smashed up and mixed in with concrete, which includes sand, and formed into these balls that scientists hope will attract tons of new and native oysters.
We brought them in hoping that the natural animals that are in the bay will attach and find a home, and that's what they've done.
Mission accomplished here. Each oyster can filter about 50 gallons of water per day. So when you see a lot of them, just know they're playing a huge role in cleaning the water. When the water's healthy, it draws in more sea life, including fish, which brings in the birds, like the endangered least tern. A few have already arrived for their summer migration to the South Bay and will be nesting soon. We should point out this is not an area that's open to the public. It's a protected habitat. But we got access here because we want to show you this environmental success story. Also, these reef balls are only visible right now because it's low tide. During high tide, the water would be well over our heads. In fact, that right there is a water marker. It's during low tide that a lot of animals come out.
A lot of times at low tide, you'll see a lot of birds like right at the shoreline. So they're probing into the sediment looking for little things to eat, worms, clams.
And there are plenty around the reef balls. Scientists have even spotted octopus.
Habitat we hadn't planned on, but the more the merrier.
Turtles also call this area home.
We do have a resident population of about 60 to 80 sea turtles in San Diego Bay, and they spend about 95% of their time in South Bay.
And the eelgrass, major sequesterers of carbon, are also growing tall in the water right next to this new habitat.
Saw an osprey, which is a large predator, they're 6-foot wingspan, with a halibut, they like to eat fish, sitting on top of the reef ball, having lunch one day.
All of this being monitored for a total of 5 years. They hope their progress is proof that shells that otherwise would have been trashed can lead to environmental treasure.
The port considers themselves the environmental steward of the bay, and so we want to try to do projects like this as often as possible to make sure that the bay continues to increase for all the critters that call it home.
Eileen beaming with pride as she shows us all the positive growth of a project she hopes expands across the state. Now we might see those in other parts of the shoreline that's eroding. It really does help bring back all the sea life.
It's interesting to see the balls before they go into the water, and then how they look after a while with all the shells
For a
and
moment, you're like,
food.
Am I on a different planet?
Yeah. Right, yeah. That's really neat.
No,
it's a little
it's attracting the critters.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like it's such a. You said it's like a private area.
Yeah. It's protected because of the least tern, the endangered species that are there. So people can't just go, but during low tide, they're visible.
That's neat.
So it's pretty cool
It's
to
thriving.
get access to that and see it.
Good to see. Thank you for that report.